Have you ever noticed how some men effortlessly draw women in, while others struggle to keep their attention for more than a few minutes? It's not about looks, money, or luck. It's about presence, how you carry yourself, how you speak, and the energy you bring into an interaction. Most men try too hard. They overthink, overcompensate, and end up coming across as desperate or insincere. But the truth is, attraction isn't built through effort, it's built through the right mindset. A mindset of calm confidence, self-assurance, and emotional control. And that's where the philosophy of the Stoics comes in. For centuries, the Stoics have mastered the art of inner strength and composure, and today, I'm going to show you how their teachings can make you irresistibly attractive to women. Let's start with the foundation of it all, the first and most powerful tactic, calm confidence. Women are naturally drawn to men who exude quiet strength, men who don't seek approval, who don't try too hard to impress, and who carry themselves with steady, unshakable confidence. This isn't about arrogance or pretending to be something you're not. It's about cultivating an inner calm that speaks louder than words. Think about the most captivating men in history. They weren't loud. They weren't constantly trying to prove themselves. Instead, they had a grounded presence that made people gravitate toward them. They spoke deliberately, moved with purpose, and never let their emotions control them. Most men make the mistake of fidgeting, over-explaining, or filling every silence with nervous chatter. They believe that if they don't keep the conversation going, they'll lose the woman's interest. But in reality, true confidence comes from comfort in stillness. A man who can hold a pause without breaking eye contact, who speaks at his own pace, and who doesn't rush to fill the silence, that's a man who captivates. What does calm confidence look like in action? Let's say you're on a date. Instead of leaning in too much, nodding excessively, or reacting instantly to everything she says, you sit back. You make eye contact, you listen, and when you speak, you do so deliberately. There's no need to over-explain or exaggerate. You say what you mean and let your words land. Imagine she playfully challenges you. Are you always this serious? A man lacking confidence might rush to defend himself or try to prove that he's fun. A stoic man, on the other hand, simply smirks and responds. Only when it's necessary. No panic, no neediness, just composed self-assurance. And that subtle confidence? It's magnetic. Body language is key. A stoic man's confidence isn't just in his words, it's in how he moves. Speak slightly slower than usual. Fast talkers seem nervous. Slow, steady speech makes you sound in control. No sudden movements. Avoid fidgeting, crossing and uncrossing your arms, or shifting your weight constantly. Hold eye contact. Not in an aggressive way, but in a relaxed, natural way that shows you're present. Breathe deeply and slowly. People subconsciously mirror those around them. If your breathing is calm, she'll feel calmer around you. Confidence is not seeking approval. Here's where most men fail. They try to gauge a woman's reaction to their every move. They crack a joke, and instead of standing by it, they look at her for validation. Did she laugh? Did she like it? This need for approval instantly kills attraction. Instead, a stoic man does not seek validation. He doesn't ask, "Did that make sense?" after explaining something. He doesn't nervously wait for her approval before moving forward. He trusts himself. And because he trusts himself, she does too. A confident man never asks for permission to be confident. Mastering this mindset alone will set you apart from most men. But confidence is only the foundation. If you want to keep a woman engaged, you'll need more than just presence. You'll need the kind of wit and charm that keeps her coming back for more. Now we're going to talk about the second key tactic, sophisticated wit. But before we get to it, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and write in the comments what tactic works best for you in communicating with women. So now let's talk about the second tactic. Confidence attracts attention, and wit keeps it. Most men rely on hackneyed introductions or compliments in the hopes of arousing interest. But the truth is, women hear the same thing over and over again. You are so beautiful. I love your smile. You have the most beautiful eyes. These lines are predictable and forgettable. They don't make a woman think, feel, or act in a meaningful way. If you want to stand out, you need to stimulate her mind. Sophisticated wit is the ability to play with conversation, to challenge, tease, and intrigue without being rude or offensive. It's about creating an engaging dynamic where she's not just passively receiving attention, but actively invested in the exchange. Instead of just giving compliments, you make her curious. You say things that make her wonder, what does he mean by that? Or I have to respond to this. For example, imagine she has an air of mystery about her. Instead of saying, you seem interesting, you lean and slightly smirk and say, you look like you know something the rest of us don't. I hope I'm worthy of the secret. Now, you've engaged her curiosity. She's no longer just receiving a statement, she's invited to play along. Teasing, when done right, is one of the most powerful ways to create attraction. But many men get it wrong by being too harsh, sarcastic, or coming across as mean-spirited. The goal isn't to tear her down, it's to create playful tension. Let's say she brags about her cooking skills. Instead of nodding and saying, that's amazing, you smirk and say, I don't know. I feel like I need proof before I believe you. I hope you don't burn toast. You're challenging her in a fun way, making her want to prove herself to you. And the moment someone feels the need to prove something, they're emotionally invested. This is key, you're subtly reversing the roles. Instead of you trying to impress her, she now feels a need to impress you. The mistake most men make is laying all their cards on the table too soon. They tell their whole life story, overshare, and remove any sense of intrigue. Instead, a Stoic man understands the power of withholding just enough. For example, if she asks, what do you do for fun? Instead of a plain answer like, I go to the gym and watch movies, say something like, I have a few hobbies, but I'm not sure if you're ready to hear about them yet. This creates intrigue. She'll lean in and say, wait, what? Now I have to know. This is the secret to great flirting, keeping her engaged, curious, and slightly off balance. Great flirting often involves subtle irony. Instead of just being direct, you say things that have layers. Imagine she says, I love traveling. Instead of the standard, that's cool. Where have you been? Try. Oh no, not another traveler. Let me guess, you have a picture of yourself on a mountain somewhere? You're teasing but also showing that you're paying attention. The key is to say it with a smile, a playful tone, and relaxed body language. This shows you're joking, not criticizing. Most men try to impress. Stoic men challenge. Most men give approval too easily. Stoic men make women earn it. By using sophisticated wit, you create a dynamic interaction instead of a one-sided conversation. Keep her engaged and curious. Show confidence without being arrogant. Confidence draws her in, but wit keeps her there. And once you've captured her attention, the next test is inevitable, how you react when she tests you. Which brings us to the next tactic, staying calm before tests. If there's one thing you can expect when flirting with a woman, it's that at some point, she will test you. This isn't a bad thing. In fact, it's a natural part of attraction. Women test men, sometimes consciously, sometimes unconsciously, to see if they're really as confident as they seem. They want to know, does he get flustered easily? Does he need my approval? Is his confidence real, or is it just an act? The men who fail these tests are the ones who react emotionally, get defensive, or start seeking validation. But the men who pass, they stay completely unshaken. Tests can come in many forms. Sometimes, a woman will tease you to see how you handle it. Other times, she might act uninterested just to see if you'll chase. For example, let's say you're talking to her at a bar, and she suddenly says, oh, you have such interesting friends, especially that tall brunette. Most guys would immediately get jealous or try to win back her attention. They'd say something like, oh, you think he's interesting? What about me? Desperate for approval. Yeah, well, I'm more fun than him. Seeking validation. A Stoic man? He stays completely calm. He smirks, takes a sip of his drink, and casually responds. Yeah, he's a good guy, but I think you're more interested in me right now. Boom. No panic, no defensiveness, just pure, relaxed confidence. Instead of reacting, you turn it around in a way that makes her chase you. It's not about playing games. It's about finding strength. Women are naturally drawn to men who can handle pressure because it signals that you're reliable, steady, and not easily shaken. Think about it. If a man can't handle a little playful teasing, how will he handle real challenges in life? That's why men who crumble under pressure immediately lose a woman's respect. The best way to pass a test is to remember one thing: your emotions should never depend on her reaction. When she teases you, challenges you, or even acts disinterested, do this. Keycap 1. Pause. Before responding, take a breath. Most men react too quickly and make things worse. Keycap 2. Smile. A slight smirk signals that you're not bothered. Keycap 3. Flip it. Instead of defending yourself, turn it into a playful challenge. Example. Green circle her. I don't think you can handle a girl like me. Blue circle you. Oh, you are one of those troublemakers, huh? Maybe I should be the one worried. Notice how you don't defend yourself? Instead, you frame her as the one trying to prove something to you. Another example. Green circle her. Are you always this serious? Blue circle you. Only when it's necessary. But I'll let you know when it's time to be fun. This keeps the dynamic playful while maintaining your confidence. The moment you start explaining yourself, apologizing, or proving yourself, you've already lost. Let's say she says, "You're probably talking to a bunch of girls, aren't you?" A defensive guy would say, No, I'm really not like that." Seeking approval. A Stoic, confident man would say, "You caught me. I have a whole fan club, but I'm thinking about making you the president." Now she's laughing, and instead of you scrambling for approval, she's engaged in the game. This tactic isn't just about flirting, it's about developing a mindset of resilience. The ability to stay calm, composed, and in control of your emotions makes you attractive not just to women, but to everyone. A man who is unshaken in the face of pressure is seen as white heavy checkmark reliable, someone who can handle life's challenges. White heavy checkmark strong, a leader, not a follower. White heavy checkmark intriguing, because he doesn't react like everyone else. And the best part? Once you master this, women will test you even more, but not to push you away. Instead, they'll do it because they're drawn to your confidence and want to see just how unshakable you really are. Staying calm in the face of tests sets the stage for deeper, more meaningful attraction. But passing a woman's tests isn't enough. You also need to show her that you see beyond the surface. Which brings us to the next powerful tactic: depth instead of superficial compliments. Most men think that flattery is the key to a woman's heart. They pile on the compliments. "You're so beautiful, I love your smile, you're the prettiest girl I've ever seen." Here's the truth, she's heard it all before. Women receive superficial compliments all the time, and while they might appreciate them, they don't make an impact. Why? Because these compliments focus on the most obvious thing about her, her looks. And looks, while important, aren't what make a woman feel truly seen. A Stoic man doesn't rely on surface-level validation. Instead, he observes, pays attention, and gives compliments that actually matter. Instead of saying, "You're beautiful," say something deeper. "You have something in your eyes that makes people want to listen to you longer." "I like the way you think." You don't just say things to impress people, you actually mean them. You carry yourself like someone who knows exactly who they are. Do you see the difference? These compliments aren't about her appearance, they're about who she is. And that makes them 10 times more powerful. When you give a woman a meaningful compliment, she won't just smile and say, "Thanks." She'll pause. She'll think. She'll remember you. Because suddenly, you're not just another guy trying to win her over, you're someone who actually sees her. Most men look at a woman and notice the obvious things: her hair, her body, her eyes. But a Stoic man notices how she moves, how she speaks, how she makes others feel. For example, if she's telling a story and you notice the way she lights up when she talks about something she loves, don't just say, "That's cool." Instead, say, "I like how your whole energy changes when you talk about things you care about." Or if she has a certain way of looking at you when she's thinking, say, "You do this thing where you tilt your head when you're really paying attention. I like that." Now, you've shown that you notice the little things that most guys don't take the time to see. Flirting isn't about proving that you like her, it's about making her feel special in a way she's never felt before. When a woman feels like you truly understand her, she naturally becomes more drawn to you. And that's why meaningful compliments are so powerful. They create a connection. A beautiful woman knows she's beautiful. But she doesn't always know that her passion is contagious, that the way she listens makes people feel safe, or that her presence changes the energy of a room. Tell her those things. That's what makes you different. When a man doesn't rely on surface-level compliments, a few things happen. She feels intrigued. She starts wondering, what else does he see in me? She feels valued beyond her looks. This makes her want to open up more. She sees you as confident and different. Because most men don't take the time to really observe. And the best part? You don't even have to try that hard. Just pay attention. The smallest details can make the biggest impact. Now that you know how to give compliments that actually matter, it's time to take things a step further. Because while making a woman feel seen is powerful, making her want to chase you is even better. And that's where the next tactic comes in: easy unattainability. One of the biggest mistakes men make when flirting is being too available too soon. They text back instantly, say yes to every plan, and go out of their way to accommodate a woman's schedule, thinking that this will make her like them more. It doesn't. Women aren't drawn to men who chase them. They're drawn to men who have a life that's already exciting, one they want to be a part of. A Stoic man doesn't need to prove his worth. He values his time, he has priorities, and he doesn't drop everything just because a woman shows interest. And that's exactly what makes him intriguing. Think about the most desirable things in life. They aren't easy to get. The best restaurants have waiting lists. The best experiences require effort. And the same is true with attraction. If you're always available, it signals that you have nothing else going on. But when a woman sees that you have a full life, goals, and things you care about outside of her, she starts to value your attention more. This doesn't mean you should play games or ignore her. It simply means that when you have plans, you stick to them. When you're busy, you don't drop everything just to reply to a text. And when you make time for her, she knows it's because you chose to, not because you had nothing better to do. Have a purpose. Women are drawn to men who are focused on something bigger than just dating. Take your time to reply. Don't be glued to your phone. Respond when it's natural, not immediately. Keep some mystery. You don't have to tell her everything about yourself right away. Let her discover things over time. Say no sometimes. If you're always free, it makes your time seem less valuable. The key here is balance. You don't want to act uninterested, you just want to show that your time and energy are valuable. And when a woman sees that, she starts investing more in winning you over. Now that she's intrigued, how do you maintain that connection? It starts with one of the most underrated skills in attraction, the ability to embrace silence. Most men panic when there's a pause in conversation. They feel the need to fill every moment with words, rambling, over-explaining, or throwing out random comments just to keep things going. This is a mistake. A man who is truly confident is comfortable with silence. He doesn't rush to fill the gaps. He doesn't nervously blurt out words just to avoid awkwardness. Instead, he allows the conversation to breathe. Why? Because silence creates tension. And tension, when used correctly, builds attraction. When you hold eye contact without saying a word, it creates a sense of depth. It makes a woman wonder, what is he thinking? It keeps her engaged and intrigued. Instead of scrambling for something to say, try this. When she finishes speaking, take a brief pause before responding. This makes your words carry more weight. If there's a natural silence, don't rush to fill it. Relax into it. Hold eye contact with a slight smirk. Let the moment build. Women are used to men seeking approval in conversation, laughing too quickly, reacting too fast, or nervously shifting topics. But when you're completely at ease in silence, it signals deep confidence. Let's say you're on a date. She says something playful like, "So, do you always have this serious look on your face?" Instead of immediately responding, you pause. Hold her gaze. Let the silence linger just long enough to create a slight tension. Then, with a smirk, say, "Only when I'm figuring someone out." Now, she's left wondering. What is he thinking? What does he mean by that? Asterisk asterisk. That's the power of silence. When used correctly, it doesn't push people away, it draws them in. It makes your presence more powerful, your words more impactful, and your confidence undeniable. But here's the ultimate truth: no matter how well you flirt, nothing is more attractive than a man who loves his own life. Which brings us to the final and most powerful tactic: life as the main aphrodisiac. The most attractive men aren't the ones who memorize pickup lines, master clever comebacks, or try to impress women at every turn. The most attractive men are the ones who are so deeply engaged with their own lives that women naturally want to be part of their world. A Stoic man doesn't chase attention. He doesn't obsess over how to make a woman like him. Instead, he focuses on his purpose, his passions, and his personal growth. And that, more than any flirting tactic, is what makes him magnetic. When a man is truly passionate about something, whether it's his career, his fitness, his creative projects, or his personal development, he radiates a different kind of energy. He isn't waiting for someone to come into his life and complete him. He's already whole. Women don't want a man whose biggest goal in life is getting a girlfriend. They want a man who is going somewhere, who is excited about his own journey, and who invites them along for the ride. That's what makes a man irresistible. Find something you love and commit to it. Whether it's building a business, training for a marathon, or learning a new skill, become obsessed with something that makes you better. Stop making women the center of your focus. When you live for yourself, the right people naturally gravitate toward you. Keep improving. A man who is constantly evolving is far more intriguing than a man who remains stagnant. Maintain a strong social life. Women are drawn to men who have friends, experiences, and a full life outside of dating. Instead of thinking, "How can I make her like me?" start thinking, "How can I make my life so amazing that the right people want to be part of it?" This shift is what separates high-value men from everyone else. Because when you truly love your life, women won't be something you chase. They'll be drawn to you naturally. Attraction isn't about tricks or manipulation, it's about who you are at your core. Master calm confidence. Use sophisticated wit. Stay unshaken by tests. Give meaningful compliments. Maintain easy unattainability. Embrace silence. And most importantly, build a life so fulfilling that people want to be part of it. Do this, and you won't need to chase women. They'll chase you. If you found this video valuable, hit the like button, subscribe for more, and let me know in the comments which tactic resonated with you the most. See you in the next one.